Hey, DeMarr, how nervous were you during that stretch? You had to go to the free throw line a couple times just to ice the game. Can you just talk about what were your feelings towards at those moments?
I was a little nervous. In practice, we kind of emphasize free throws and closing out games because that's something that we struggle with this whole season. And the free throw line kind of hurt us throughout the season, and this is something that I've always been good at my whole life. So I wasn't really too nervous going to the free throw line towards the end. Once I got the feel of the ball and the good feeling of it going through the net. So, uh, in practice, we just kind of emphasize that.
We'll go next to Rich Thompson.
Just talk about making some key stops, mostly midway through the second half. You kind of gave up some easy layups later, but I thought the best defense of the game was that stretch around the midway point of the second half.
Yes, sir. We talk about it all the time. We're not too good man defensive team. Transition. The key was to slow Hub down because he was one of their only playmakers. So we just tried to stay in front, slow him down, and let our defense set up so we can at least try to get some stops, and we did tonight. So.
We'll go next to Dan Rubin.
DeMarr, that second half especially felt like, you guys were going at Notre Dame and they were coming back at you. You'd hit shots, they'd come back, hit a big shot. The energy level on the court when you have two teams going at it like that, just what's that like to play in it and as you're going back and forth to hit shots and then have a team come back at you?
It's an amazing feeling, really. Just knowing that there's competition on the other side of the court and that they're not going to let up, and it's all about who has more heart. You just got to fight to the end, and this is the game that we love, and we want to go longer ways with it. So, we're not going to back down from anybody. We lost a lot of close games this season, and this was one game that we lost in the beginning of the season, and we just knew that coming out, we were going to have more heart than them.
All right, we'll go back to McCullough for the last question for DeMarr.
Well, how happy were you to see some of the guys that don't usually get playing time to get in and actually contribute to it? Like, Freddie Scott, he came in and he did well. Can you just talk about those guys that don't normally get minutes and they came in and contributed to the team's victory today?
Yeah, Fred, he's one of my best friends on the team. Always cheering me on in practice when he was injured. He went through a stage, I know, physically and mentally, where it's hard to get out of, and he came out of it and got buckets today and helped us with this win. A couple other kids, the walk-ons, Sam, Will, Luca, they really contribute in practice and help us to get better and help us to prepare for these big games. So, it's a great feeling seeing them out there having fun, having a lot of energy and everything.